Howdy guys, I thought as a second video I'd have a go at doing the newbie booktube tag. Nobody has tagged me because nobody knows about me yet, but I thought I'd give it a go because, again, it's just trying to give people a feel of the kind of things that I'm into, the kind of things I'm going to be doing, so that hopefully one or two of you might be interested in sticking around. So, question 1. Why did you start this channel? Well, this is a pretty embarrassing story actually, because I really and truly believe that I invented Booktube a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking about YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of vloggers and gaming videos, let's plays, things like that. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I should do some YouTube. What could I do? And I thought, oh, I've got this great idea. Wouldn't it be great if I did book reviews? No one's going to have done that. And then I discovered the very sad truth, which was that billions of people have done it. But I decided to give it a go anyway, because I love talking about books. I'm one of those really irritating people. Whenever I finish a book, I just want to tell people about it. I want to tell people what I've read. I want to tell people what I thought. And I see my family and my friends just sort of going, that's nice. So I thought, let's bore some people who actually do want to hear about books. Right, question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? This is a hard one for me to answer without being a bit sort of cliche and saying, oh, I read a variety of books. I do, but to be quite honest, a lot of the books I read are pretty run-of-the-mill, what everybody else is reading. The one thing that I've watched a few Booktubers just to get a feel for the kinds of things they were doing, and the one thing I think, which is quite sad, but it is unique, is that I am not beautifully made up, and people are not going to watch my videos to see me. They're going to watch my videos to hear what I have to say about books. So something unique I'm going to bring is just not a pretty face, just an ordinary person talking about books. And no offence, Booktubers, but most of you are blooming gorgeous, and you know, I'm just a little jealous, but yeah, that's what is going to be different about me. What am I most excited for about this new channel? To be quite honest, just I'm looking forward to talking about books, which isn't going to come as a great surprise because I think that's why most people start Booktube channels, but I'm looking forward to getting to know other people and their opinions on books and getting recommendations on books. It is just the book thing, the book community that I'm into, and you know, if I can pick up 1 or 2 subscribers that I can chat to regularly about books, then all the better. But if not, I will just have to comment on other people's. So, number 4, why do you love reading? Why do I love reading? I just do. I know I've seen other people answer this, they talk a lot about escapism, but to be quite honest, I don't feel that when I read. I just feel like I'm reading a story. I enjoy it. One of the reasons I think that I enjoy reading, which is a little unusual, is that I have a real thing about completionism. I like to complete things. I love to complete video games. I like to complete box sets of TV series. I have a real thing about finishing, and I one of the reasons, not the main reason, I like the stories, but one of the reasons I read a lot is because I just want to finish as many books as possible so I can tick them off, and yeah, it's a completionism thing, which is a bit weird, but maybe there's someone else out there that does the same. Please. What book or book series got me into reading? I've been reading a long time. I'm 32 years old, but a few years ago, I can't remember when. If I had to guess, I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, I got back into reading. And the book that did that for me was The Hunger Games. I read The Hunger Games and was completely hooked. I think I read it constantly for a few days. And finished it, and then that really gave me back that kind of drive for reading, and I found that I was then all the time getting onto new books, but also getting a Kindle. I think there's something that the completionist in me, when I can see that little percentage along the bottom, really drives me to keep reading. So I think that that's another thing. Not a book, but it is one of the things that makes me read a lot. Questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Not YouTubers, booktubers. The first thing I'd like to ask is, who the devil are you? Because I do not know any booktubers, so I don't have any favourite booktubers at the moment. I intend to, get fully involved with the community and try and get to know some. So hopefully soon I'll have some favourite booktubers. So my first question would be, who are my favourite booktubers? Who the devil are you? And the second one, I guess, if I did have one, what would I like to ask them? Recommend me some books. What should I read? Watch my top 10, see what I'm into, and recommend some books, because I'm going on a Kindle splurge soon, and I need something that, I just need something new to read. Some new ideas would be great. So what challenges do I think that having a booktube channel is going to have? For me, I think the biggest thing is going to be time. I am a single parent, and I am a primary school teacher, and both of those things are heavily demanding of my time. I think the key around that is to start small, so I'm just going to aim for one video a week, nothing major, and just keep on keeping on, really. But I think for me it's just going to be the time. That's the thing that I need to try and overcome. When did I start reading? This is the question a little odd, because surely the answer is when I was about 5 years old I started reading, the same as everybody else. But to be honest, I suppose it's probably more about when did I start actually, I was going to do that but I didn't, properly reading. And that was probably when I was about 10. When I was about 10 or 11, I've always been a bit of a bookworm, but around 10 or 11 I read the Mallory Towers books. Love Mallory Towers. I thought about reading them again the other day, actually. But yeah, I read the Mallory Towers books, and I remember going to the bookshop to buy the next one. And I suppose that's not when I started reading, but that is when I became a reader. When I really began to love it. Right, where do I read? I do most of my reading in bed. I am an early to bed kind of girl. I go to bed nice and early, so I can take a book, and I quite often will read for an hour before I go to sleep. I also have issues sleeping, which explains this under the eyes. So quite often I wake up at about 5, and then I'll sit and read for an hour or two before I get up. I sometimes do reading in the bath or other place, but I'm pretty rubbish at reading anywhere else. I'm a bit easily distracted, and if there's something bright or some noise going on, then I find it hard to focus. So I tend to read places, in the bath or in bed when there is nothing else going on. It's just me and the book, and fully focused. What kind of books do I like to read? Well, here's a little tip for you. Go and read my top 10, or go and watch, my top 10 books that I've read so far, because that'll give you an idea of the kind of books that I read. When I look at the books I have read on my Goodreads list, it is a lot of science fiction. I seemingly have an issue with science fiction books. I love them, so I read a lot of them. I also tend to read a lot of young adult books, but I did go through a phase where I wanted to read classic literature, but then I had some bad experiences with Moby Dick, and that kind of ruined it for me. And now I've got Dracula on my Kindle. It's been there for years. I haven't read it. So if it's good, let me know so I can know it's safe to watch it. But if it's like Moby Dick, please don't. I think I read a lot of different types of books. But like I say, I do tend to fall back on the science fiction. So if you're into sci-fi books, we'll get along great. Right, well, thank you for watching, guys. I know, again, I'm still learning this whole thing. The staring at the camera and things is still throwing me. But I hope that's just one teeny tiny person stuck through to the end and actually got to know a little bit about me. I don't even remember what I was going to say. Yeah, well, I guess thank you for watching. I'm hoping to do my first proper review this weekend. I'm 80% of the way through a book, thanks Kindle. And I'm hoping to finish that off and get a review done this weekend. Fingers crossed that life doesn't get in the way. And I look forward to seeing you all there. All one of you. Bye bye.